Ahlan wa sahlan bikum. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to Sahtain. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for joining us on your very busy day that I'm sure you are having. I have been wanting to share this recipe for a very long time because it is very special to me and it's special to my family. Today we're going to be making a salad which is commonly known as a Shepard salad or just a simple breakfast salad. In my family we call it salatat Yasma, Yasma salad, because my cousin Yasma just loves it and it's her favorite. What's great about this salad is that it's very adaptable and you can shift and change based on what you have in your kitchen. The classic version that my cousin Yasma loves the most has onions, tomatoes, and fried halloumi cheese with a little bit of a light lemon olive oil dressing. You can also, of course, omit the halloumi cheese if you are vegan or don't want to have cheese in it, and it's delicious. You can also zhuzh it up with other things like green onions, which we're going to do, and cucumbers. It's very light and refreshing. It's such a nice salad to have alongside breakfast or a nice lunch because it is so light and you can eat big bowls of it, and it also keeps really well in the fridge for the next day. Today I'm going to show you my version or today's version of this salad, and I will share with you moments where you can omit or change things or really do whatever you like. It's a winner every time. You really can't go wrong with it. The only cooking component that we need to do with this is cook our halloumi cheese. So I've already started heating up my pan so that I can grill the halloumi. So let's get it sliced so we can go do that. Slice it into some thick little slices here, and that's plenty. And then we're gonna grill it just like that. The pan is already hot. You wanna have it on kind of a medium-high heat. You don't wanna burn it right when it touches the pan, but you also don't want it to be too low or else it will just kind of melt on itself and it won't get crispy. I'm using a cast iron pan. You can use a cast iron or a non-stick. This does not need any oil to fry. I've seen a lot of, sometimes people bread their halloumi, sometimes they use oil to fry it, but you really don't need to. The fat in it is what cooks it. So we're gonna just place this right on the hot pan. To make sure it's not sticking to itself, you can kind of like do a little of this and just kind of move it around so there's some liquid for it to cook on. And then we just fry them until they're golden. This is a really great thing to do for breakfast if you haven't cooked with halloumi cheese before. If you don't get it from an Arabic store, it is quite expensive. One block of those can cost like $7 or $8, which is absurd. If you do get your hands on some, it's really nice to just grill in these slices and then eat alongside an Arabic breakfast. It's one of my favorite things. Could even put more cheese in this. Should we put more cheese in it?
Yes.
I'll put a little bit.
Great idea.
Check on it and flip it when it gets nice and golden. Just makes it a little bit of an extra treat, but if you want this to be very light, you can leave this out, and it's great still. But Yasma will tell you, no, it needs cheese. Yasma's gonna comment below and be like, no, you have to put cheese in it. So if you're Yasma, you need cheese in this. That's all the cooking we're gonna do today, folks. Sometimes also you can put just a regular white cheese in this. Fried halloumi is something special on its own, so we like to give it its time to shine. So we have our halloumi grilled, ready, beautiful. Let us throw the rest of the things together. The one most important key to this salad is you want to be able to get a little bit of everything with every spoonful. So to do that, we need to make sure the pieces are very finely diced. It also gives it a little bit of a shishi fancy feel. So starting with the cucumbers, I'm gonna cut them in half and then dice them as finely as I can. And really, too small is not possible. You can even cut them smaller than I am. I'm gonna put 4 cucumbers in here. The ratios for this salad are really up to you. I try to have an equal amount of the 3 main ingredients like cucumber, onion, and tomato for mine because I like to put cucumber in mine always. There's really no rules here. Every Palestinian household will have some version of a salad like this we make at breakfast. Goes without saying, but please make sure you have a sharp knife. And if it's not sharp, sharpen it. We have a red onion, which I am keeping in the fridge right now, so I fry as little as possible. You cut them in half and put them in the fridge for a little while before you use them. and it helps to make them a little bit easier on the eyes. You can use regular white onions or yellow onions if you like. I'm using a red onion because I like the colors. If it's not fine enough for you, run your knife through it a few times. You really want these to be tiny, tiny pieces. Now we have some beautiful tomatoes. So if you're using regular tomatoes, you can dice them very finely. If you're using cherry tomatoes like I am, which honestly I prefer because they're just so sweet, I just chop these right in half because, I mean, I'm not gonna try to dice this little thing, and I think seeing the little cross sections is very beautiful. So our main components are here. Now, what else do I really like to add? Green onions or scallions. I'm gonna chop those really finely, put them right in. I also have some chives, so I'm gonna add those in as well. You can put scallions and or chives, whatever you have. I have both, so I'm going to put both. They complement each other very well. Pretty. Also, you don't need this if you don't have it, but I have some parsley, and parsley is very, very good for you, and it just basically disappears into this salad. So I love to add a little bit of it. So I'm gonna mince this very, very finely. And finally, we have our halloumi. It tastes great. It tastes great. And we're gonna dice this up super small. And again, if you don't wanna use this, great. It's wonderful without it. This is a salad that I make almost every week for myself, sometimes multiple times a week. It's tasty with avocado too, if you want to be like she fancy. Point, if you are planning on taking this somewhere, like to a picnic or a brunch or something, I would not dress this and then take it. I would prepare the dressing separately, including the salt, and then add that later, because as soon as we add all of these things, it's going to reduce in size and we're going to get a lot of juice out of these vegetables. So I'm gonna add a few pinches of salt to this. Because I added halloumi, there is already a little bit of a salty element. So I would normally probably add 3 big pinches of salt, but I'm gonna add just 2. We're also gonna add the juice of a half to a whole lemon. Kind of depends on your taste. That's how much I'm going to add. Just kidding, a little more. We love lemon juice here. Very healthy drizzle of olive oil, maybe like a 1/4 cup of olive oil, because that brings it all together in a very beautiful way. But also remember that it's going to release a lot of liquid when you mix it. And the final thing is dried mint, which if you don't have in your pantry, I highly, highly encourage you to invest in some. It is the most beautiful addition to so many salads. You know that I put it in my cabbage salad, I put it in so many things. And it is a really big, intense main flavor of this. So we are gonna put a few very healthy spoons of this in here. Like 3 big pinches I'm putting in here. And then all we gotta do is mix it up. The salad's just so beautiful and colorful. If you wanna be very naughty, you can also add a little bit of za'atar to this. I'm gonna keep it simple for you today and not, but I would not be telling the truth if I told you I never added za'atar to this. Which, I mean, what do you expect from me, right? So good. And that's basically it. The longer it sits, the more liquid is gonna come out, and you're gonna just find kind of a pool of tomato juice and dressing on the bottom, which is really delicious, and you can use it again. If you had a little bit the next day and you wanted to make more of it, you could just throw a few fresh cucumbers in there and then just toss it up again and it'll zhuzh up into a new salad. So, let us give it a try. My fave, my fave. Yeah, so good. In my family, we call this Yasma salad, although I've zhuzhed it up into my own style today. And it's really a beautiful favorite, and one that I think you're gonna love, and one that I think will become a staple in your breakfast spreads as well. And lunch, and dinner, heck, whenever. As always, ALF SAHTEIN, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.